What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of our NBA 2K22 Play Now Online series. So we're still in the Junior College League. We're 3-0. We got a 20-6 overall record, so not too bad, but it's a lot worse than what we did last year. And in our first matchup, we have the Chicago Bulls going up against I believe it's the 11 or 12-13 San Antonio Spurs. I'm not too sure to be exact, but this was a pretty good matchup, and I wanted to post the full game, but this year I want to try and get through the games a lot more quickly, and I've been really busy lately, so I haven't been able to post a lot. And there's some good games that I just can't really post because, again, like I said, I want to get through the series faster. But this was a pretty good game, especially when I have a tier 2 team and my opponent has a tier 1 team. So whenever I get matchups like that, I always assume that my opponent is not that good, because I would find it hard for 2K to match me with a tier 1 team and my opponent and I have a tier 2 team. So it would mean that my opponent is probably not good, and there wasn't really any other options for me or any other opponents for me to play against. But this game, like I said, it was a pretty good game. I really had to, strap down and focus on the offensive and defensive end. And my opponent was shooting crazy with Tony Parker, but I was shooting crazy with DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine. So that Chicago's Bull team, or this year's Chicago Bulls team, they're pretty good. If you have the shot meter off, they could shoot. They got guys who could get to the rim. So a very solid team to play with. I thought they were a little bit overrated because the times that I did play with them, my opponents didn't really do a good job. So on to the second matchup. We have the Los Angeles Lakers and the Miami Heat. And I am the Miami Heat, of course. This is my hometown team, my favorite team in the NBA. And I haven't really played with them a lot. I played with them a lot last year in 2K21, but I want to try and expand the teams I play with, because you never know which teams you'll play with one day and you end up actually liking them and they become your favorite team to play with on Play Now Online. So yeah, we have the Miami Heat. My opponent has the Los Angeles Lakers, and right off the bat, I need to get this guy going. Number 55, Duncan Robinson. I get him going, that opens up the offense for everyone else. And this Heat roster is pretty good, and we already know about the Los Angeles Lakers. Duncan Robinson, again, you cannot forget about him on the fast break or just in general, because like I said, when you had that shot meter off and he's wide open, it's gonna be lights out. So halftime, we're looking pretty good, 16-24. I have the lead. We're shooting around 45%. So excellent game so far for us. But if I were to record the whole game, and if my opponent was pretty good, he probably would have blown me out. This was my first game coming back to 2K after like 2 weeks, and so I kind of got lucky. My opponent wasn't that good, and he ended up quitting this match. So that game is done, and now we can move on to another tier 1 victory. So one more tier 1 victory for us, and we could sweep this league clean. 5-0 right now, and let's get into the second tier 1 victory. So if I can get it, or let's hope that we could get it. So we are going to choose the Denver Nuggets, and the reason why I chose them is because the Nuggets, I really like their starting 5. Their bench is not the best, but I think they have a couple guys on the bench who could do some work and put some minutes in for us. And at the beginning of this game, I don't know what happened. You see, we were at the Play Now Online screen, and I was kind of lagging behind, and he got a free bucket, but no worries. It's just 2 points there. And my opponent has the Miami Heat, so we played with the Heat the last game, and now we're facing the Heat this game. And this shouldn't be too hard for me to, create a defensive game plan against them, because I played with them before. But my opponent, just going off with Kyle Lowry, man, was hitting threes, but I'm going off with Will Barton. I didn't know Will Barton could shoot like that, and he definitely helped me out in this game here. And it's just on me to try and get the victory. So we're back on offense. Gonna get Aaron Gordon. Backing down Jimmy Butler. I take my time. Paint is crowded, and I was struggling pretty early on in this game. You see me force up that bad shot with Michael Porter Jr., but I'm fortunate enough to get the offensive rebound and put it back up and in. Will Barton again. That's his second 3 so far. I'm telling you, I don't know why, but This year, well, I do know why, because you get a boost when the shot meter is off. Look at Michael Porter Jr., green release. It's just crazy, and I think it really does help when you're playing on like a smaller screen, or where you're also sitting closer to the screen, because you could see the release point of each and every player's shot a lot better. But having that shot meter off, that boost you get, it definitely does help, man, because you're talking about a guy who probably wouldn't hit that three if you had the shot meter on. But if you turn it off, now there's a greater chance, because the green window is a lot bigger, that you're going to hit that shot. Will Barton again, another three. He hit from that same spot again. And I'm loving this Denver Nuggets team. My opponent did not have the best of defense, and we're definitely taking advantage of that. Will Barton once more. This guy's like Duncan Robinson, but on the Denver Nuggets. So the score is 24-10. You can see we've hit 5 3-pointers within the first half. Kyle Lowry comes back down, and I did not do a good job of defending Kyle Lowry in this game. I don't know why. Kyle Lowry is pretty shifty. He's one of the shiftiest players on NBA 2K22, and I just have a hard time guarding him. Everyone else, maybe aside from Steph Curry, really, and that's the only person who I could think of right now, I can guard. But those two guys, I don't know, they're so fast and they're twitchy. And that's one thing I didn't really like about this year 2K, is that the players, they feel a lot more lighter. Good pass out to Will Barton. Duncan Robinson caught lacking, and that's another three for him. But yeah, the players, they feel a lot more lighter. Don't feel like they have as much weight, and I kind of prefer 2K21, weight and momentum system because of that. So 27-17, 10-point lead for us. We're just, running our offense. Nikolai Jokic is not even doing a lot for us now. We're just giving the ball to who's ever open, and Will Barton, he's the man right now. He's just doing everything for us. So Aaron Gordon, easy mismatch for him. He's going to back down Duncan Robinson, and that's an easy post-spin dunk. So 29-17 now. Kyle Lowry coming back down on the other end of the court. Tries to give it to Bam Adebayo. I don't know what we're doing here. Kyle Lowry wide open for three-pointer. And I was kind of upset with the defense, because I don't know, the computer this year has a great tendency to help so hard, or like when the matchups get jumbled up and confused, it's hard to know what the computer wants to do. And you could definitely solve that by like having the overlay to show you what the computer is going to do, like if they're going to switch on the screen or who guy they are going to guard. But, I usually don't like having a whole lot of visual feedback on the screen. I just like having the screen pretty clear. And that's why I don't have like any shot meter animation or any shot feedback, because I have a good general knowledge or a good sense of like what is a good shot, what is a bad shot. And if the shot don't go in, the shot don't go in. But, and I have a feeling of like where each player release point should be, a good feeling. So Kyle Lowry back to the rim again, getting by Bol. And you see Kyle Lowry is cooking, got 15 points for the Heat, and the rest of the team only have 9. And that's why I said Kyle Lowry was cooking this game, and he was applying a bit of pressure, because I needed to score consistently. And we run that beautiful play. I believe that's Monte Morris. Excellent play. If you go back and watch it, the ball movement on that possession was A1, 10 out of 10. So we're playing good defense. We were able to get the steal when he inbounded the ball. Now we're back on offense. Aaron Gordon going back to work on Tyler Hero. That post spin move, I'm telling you guys, it is effective. If you get that mismatch 100% of the time, it's going to go in if you take your time and you know what you're doing. So 35-25 now. Tyler Hero gets to the rim, and right before the half draws the foul, and he's going to the line for 2 free throws. So my opponent still trying to hang in there. His offense, nothing spectacular. As you can see, there's not that many offensive clips in this game for him, and he just did not do a good job of playing offense, or just getting the guys who he needed to get involved. You have Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, Kyle Lowry, and Kyle Lowry was his main offensive piece for this game. But when you got that Miami Heat team, you kind of have to set your game plan to get the shooters open, and most of the times it's going to run plays for Duncan Robinson, but you could always mix and match those plays, remix it however you want. So coming out of the first half, we're looking good so far. Good movement. Bol down low against Jimmy Butler, taking our time. Like I said, if you know what you're doing on that post spin, you're going to score 100% of the time. You just have to take your time and react to what your opponent is doing, especially when there's a mismatch, because now your opponent is starting to get a lot more nervous. He wants to try and block the shot. Will Barton hits another three, and we're just opening up this lead here. So third quarter, about 2:50 remaining. I brought in the subs. My opponent goes to foul, and he's still in this game, but I think he's at the point where he probably wants to quit because this game is getting out of hand pretty quickly for him. So inbound, Austin Rivers. I call for the pick. Jokic, like I said, hasn't done a lot. I wanted to pick and fade, but Kyle Lowry recovers good on Jokic. So now we can take Lowry back into the post. This is too easy. Offensive 3-second violation for us. And I don't know what happened there, but my opponent did end up quitting. So a pretty easy victory, and we have now completed the junior college league. So this is pretty good for us. An easy league to get through. I don't know why the previous league was so hard, but I guess things like that happen, and we're fortunate enough to move on to the next league, and hopefully it'll be more of the same results. So for advancing, we get 1200 VC, and we get a My Career hat or a helmet. I like the helmets they have in the game, but I don't play My Career. I really haven't had that much time to play. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.